All right, so today, 49ers news and rumors as we are days away from week one of the National Football League. Well, technically hours away, 2 hours from now, you'll have kickoff of week one. But the 49ers and Cardinals, a couple of days away. We got to get you guys up to date with the latest 49ers injury news. Who's going to play? Who's not going to play? Let's go ahead and start with the good news first. And that is that Fred Warner, one of the best young middle linebackers in the National Football League, has returned to the team. He has been officially cleared from the COVID reserve list, and he will be starting at middle linebacker week one for the 49ers. Now, we all essentially knew that he was going to eventually be okay from COVID, but it had been a couple of days, right? He appears on the list, and it's like, okay, is this going to be a 2-week, a 3-week? Could it last longer? Who knows? We know the virus affects everybody differently. The good news is right here on a Thursday, he has been activated, meaning he's had multiple negative tests, cleared, good to go. He's going to start at week one. The 49ers officially have 0 players left on their COVID-19 list. Now, that can obviously change and probably will during the course of the NFL season, but this is great news entering the start of the NFL in terms of week one. Also, let me just say this before we keep going. The NFL did like 8,000 tests over the past week and only had 8 positive both players and staff people overall for COVID-19. Excellent news. Now, what does this do? What does this do for the 49ers? Well, it gets on the field probably the best young middle linebacker in the entire NFL. Now, if you ask the national media, they're not going to show a lot of love to Fred Warner. They respect him, but they wouldn't consider him the best young middle linebacker. But everyone in San Francisco knows and understands this guy is 100% the best. Fantastic stats last year, and these are only going to go up. He's the heart and soul and leader of this defense, and he's the one calling every single play when he gets inside the huddle. You see him there at middle linebacker alongside Greenlaw and Quan Alexander, making up, in my opinion, a top 3, maybe even the best middle linebacker, maybe the best linebacker core in the entire National Football League. So good news to start. Warner is cleared. Remember, the COVID reserve list doesn't mean necessarily they tested positive. It could also mean that he was around somebody who tested positive and had to self-quarantine for 14 days. But either way, we'll never know. But if he had it, no worries. If not, it doesn't matter. He's back and ready to go for week one. Listen, give him some love for coming back from COVID-19 if he did have it, right? Welcome him back by hitting that like button. I'm seeing 85 likes right now in the video. Let's get that up. You guys pump that Fred Warner back? Gonna need him, right? I mean, Kyler Murray, it's not gonna be a tricky matchup happening here on Sunday. Smash the like button right now if you guys are pumped to have Fred Warner back, as I am. I've been one of Fred Warner's biggest fans. I feel like I should have a bunch of Fred Warner jerseys all up behind me instead of these paintings and stuff that I have. But that's neither here nor there. Give this video a thumbs up right now. I'm seeing, there you go, 95 up to 100. I'm loving it. Like the video if you guys are excited for week one. And speaking of week one, the odds for week one are in right now, and the line is actually moved. We're going to talk about that here in just 1 second. On odds in just a little bit, but keep liking this video right now. That way you guys can show some love for Fred Warner coming back. Now we go to the week one odds here, and you'll see the 49ers are 7-point favorites over the Arizona Cardinals. Your over-under is 48. Now, this makes sense. Like I said, I can't underestimate Arizona. They played the Cardinals very, very well last year, but still, then we all can recognize the 49ers are a better overall defense and should be a team that can handle the mixture of Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins. So I think the over-under at 48 and 7 points in terms of the favorite makes a lot of sense. And if you want to go ahead and bet on this game, we have got you guys covered with one of our new sponsors here at Chat Sports, BETUS. So here's the deal, right? If you go to BETUS or go to chatsports.com/bet, just put it right up in your little link above us, and you search for the bet with the 49ers. You want to bet on the 49ers. If you put down $100 and use the promo code Niners125, you're going to get a 125% deposit bonus. So you put down 100 and BETUS is going to turn that into $225 for your betting pleasure. Get your bets in now. Week one is here. Get your deposits down. Again, chatsports.com/bet is the place to go. Use that promo code Niners125. 125% deposit bonus. That might be the best in the game. That's really, really good. Pick that up because guess what? The Niners are going to win on Sunday, right? So bet on them. Come on, make some money. All right, moving on. More injury news. And this is kind of in the realm of bad news, but not horrible news. So Deebo and Brandon Aiyuk, we're still unsure if they're going to play on Sunday, but there was an indicator yesterday they might not play, and that was the fact that both Deebo and Brandon Aiyuk did not practice on Wednesday. Now, that doesn't automatically guarantee that they won't play, but as we see in some other places, Philadelphia had Jalen Reagor out, but he practiced yesterday. Odds are if they were going to play, they were going to practice on Wednesday. Now, we kind of knew this about Deebo, and I've said for many, many weeks, hey, listen, the odds of Deebo playing week one are very, very slim, but I think this is very interesting in terms of Brandon Aiyuk, who apparently had a minor hamstring injury, and yet still sat out on Wednesday. I'll say this. We're not for sure if they're going to be sitting out. There's no news yet. I'm sure we'll get some hints maybe tonight or maybe tomorrow or maybe Saturday. But it's looking, don't hold me to this because it can change, but it's looking like both Deebo and Brandon Aiyuk will not be out there for the 49ers on Sunday, which we kind of knew, right? Now, what does this mean? It means that your number one wide receiver is Kendrick Bourne. It means your number two wide receiver is a mixture of Dante Pettis, Richie James Jr., and Trent Taylor. They're fit, right? Which is fair. Now, will they call up somebody from the practice squad, Juwan Jennings? Will they call up Kevin White? They might, but it's looking like it's going to be the George Kittle and Jordan Reed show, along with Raheem Mostert and Tevin Coleman and Jerick McKinnon, which, again, is fine. We expected one of the wide receivers to be out, possibly two, but as I've reported, week in and week out, they will be back sooner rather than later, whether that's week 2, week 3, week 4. We do not know, but the news today is that they did not practice yesterday, so it's not looking good for Sunday, but they have not been ruled out, okay? How concerned are you guys about this on a scale of 1 to 10? Now, on a scale of starting on Sunday, I'd say I'm pretty concerned they're both not going to play, right? But in terms of the overall injury outlook, I'm looking at a 3. They're going to be fine. Let them have their time off. That way, when they do come back, week 3, week 4, week 5, whatever it is, they're 100% and can be ready for a deep, deep playoff run for the 49ers as we expect, right? So don't worry about it. It should be okay, but give me your scale from 1 to 10 on how concerned you guys are about the 49ers wide receiver injuries right now down below. Here's your entire week 1 injury report, just so we're clear, right? Deebo and Brandon Aiyuk did not participate. Jason Verrett didn't either. It's not looking like Verrett's going to play at all in week 1. Ben Garland was limited, so he should be overall good to go. But that's your official week 1 injury report. So yeah, a couple of big names. Verrett not going to start at cornerback most likely because he didn't participate anyway. But only having 4 guys at this point, a couple of days from week 1, is still very good news overall for the 49ers. Okay, there was some interesting stuff that we need to go ahead and address, and that is the 53-man depth chart. So the depth chart was released a couple of days ago. Remember, we broke down the roster, but now the depth chart is out. Kinlaw's not number 1. Let me say that again. Javon Kinlaw is not number 1 on the 49ers defensive tackle depth chart. Guess who beat him out? Solomon Thomas. It's unbelievable. I mean, absolutely unbelievable. Now, as I had said, there was some rumblings out of 49er camp just a couple of weeks ago saying Javon Kinlaw is struggling. Javon Kinlaw does not look ready to go. And I said, keep an eye on this, right? I hope he's going to start because you spend the 14th overall pick on a guy he should start at D tackle. But guess what? The combination of Javon Kinlaw struggling a little bit in camp and Solomon Thomas, by all intents and purposes, playing pretty well. They kept saying he was playing well. Well, here you go. He's going to be the starting defensive tackle. Kinlaw will back him up. Now, as we know, that does not guarantee that Javon Kinlaw is not going to play. This isn't panic time, but it's interesting. So Solomon Thomas gets the start. Kinlaw will have a limited amount of snaps filling in for Solomon Thomas and will therefore have to show his coaches that he's ready to go ahead and be a starter. Now, I think he'll be a starter by the end of the season, but it's kind of weird that he was not able to win this job. But I guess also kind of good because Solomon Thomas has been trying to live up to that first-round draft pick forever. Maybe this is the year. Who knows? Who knows? Remember, rookies always, it's tough for rookies. Just calm down, relax. It's going to be okay. But it is interesting that Thomas is not going to go ahead and start at defensive tackle. Now, this is an interesting question here. Look at this. Bigger impact in 2020, Solomon Thomas or Javon Kinlaw? Now, right now, you'd say Thomas because he's starting, but yeah, Kinlaw, I think, will eventually figure things out. Let me know what you guys think. Type T down below for Thomas. Type K down below for Kinlaw. Again, who was a bigger overall impact in 2020? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below.